So last fall I mentioned that I was applying to medical school, and I thought I would do just a little update as to how that turned out, which is really that Do you want to let the t-shirt say it for you? What t-shirt? This t-shirt. I'm surprised you didn't bedazzle the front of that one. That's because I bedazzled the back. That's right, I'll admit it, I got rejected from every medical school I applied to. Now, the business of getting into medical school is highly competitive, so I guess this year I just didn't make the cut. I actually didn't even get an interview, which is kind of a bummer because I really shine in interviews. And so, in conclusion, you should definitely hire me for this job for which you are considering hiring me for. Being rejected sucks, that's pretty universal, and all this med school rejection got me thinking about one of my earliest experiences with rejection, which took place, as to be expected, at a 7th grade dance. I had never slow danced with a guy before, and I really wanted to, so instead of waiting around for a guy to ask me, I decided to take matters into my own hands and ask this kid James. Now, a quick note about James: not only was he pretty tall for a 7th grader, as was I, but he was also pretty cool circa 2001, meaning he rocked the Converse sneakers and the assorted armbands and the t-shirt with an ironic saying on it. So I went up to James and I asked him to dance, to which he replied, no thank you. Being an odd mix of socially unaware and unusually confident, I persisted despite the fact that James was, physically backing away from me. Are you totally sure? 'Cause this is a really, 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 really awesome song. Random side note, there have been various points in my life in which I have employed the double thumbs up, and I don't know why, but I always think it will clinch someone's good opinion. Seriously? You should hire me. But back at the dance, upon my attempt at persuasion, James replied, no, I don't like dancing. And so I went away, mildly disappointed that the one guy who was actually my height and thus more likely to be willing to dance with me just didn't like dancing. But then later, when the next set of R&B slow jams came over the speakers, I spied James across the gym, slow dancing with a friend of mine. Oh, no, he didn't. And all of a sudden I realized that when James said I don't like dancing, he really meant I don't like dancing with you. But how can he know he doesn't like dancing with me if he's never danced with me before? And that 12-year-old Elma Phi is the question, and here is an attempt at an answer. The thing about rejection is that no matter how sweet you think your dance moves are, you just can't control how the other party feels about you. And what's more, you can't control what it is they want, and ultimately it's them who gets to decide who they want to dance with, or be in a relationship with, or teach medicine to. And even though it's perfectly natural to feel sad, or disappointed, or even embarrassed that you told all your friends that starting next year you would be just like one of those doctors on Grey's Anatomy, I'll probably even get one of those cool nicknames like Mick Awesome in both brains and face. It's just not worth spending a ton of time feeling that way. You have to accept it, learn what you can from it, and move on. Now, if you'd like to leave a comment today, what's one of your earliest experiences with rejection? Let me know. In the meantime, just call me Mick Accepting the Rejection. Mick Reevaluating Future Plans based on Mick Things Happening that Mick I was not expecting. You know, I'm not sure you really understand how this nickname thing works. Mick Fun Ruiner.